All right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fresh and Fit Podcast, aka it's Money Monday, man. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it.
What is that?
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. Today, we're going to be talking about debt, guys, good debt, bad debt, and how you can basically leverage debt to become very wealthy. All right, so go ahead, Fresh. You want? Oh, actually, no, shit. Announcements real quick. All right, patreon.com/FreshFit, guys. Go ahead and get all the behind-the-scenes content. We didn't get a chance to do a Zoom call this weekend, but we got to pick a day. What day we're going to do it for the month ends? Either tomorrow or Thursday is the last day that we got to do it. Thursday. So one of the two. Maybe we'll do a vote for Thursday. Cool. Thursday it is, guys. So we'll catch you on Thursday to do the Fresh Fit Podcast. The Patreon show, aka our Zoom call that we do with y'all, where we basically send out an invite. All you guys join in. We answer questions on money, girls, everything. So check us out over there, patreon.com/freshfit. Get all the behind the scenes stuff.
And it's way cheaper too as well.
And then also check us out on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts, guys. Every single platform you guys listen to podcasts, we're there. Just make sure you wear headphones. Also,
and canceled.
Yeah, Reddit got canceled. Damn. And then also, guys, check us out on Discord. It's discord.gg/freshandfit. Okay, check us out over there. And then also get the merch, guys, FreshandPodcastStore.com. You can get the 4 example shirts, hoodies, t-shirts. They're all there. Check us out over there and get all the merch that you want with all the slogans that you've come to know and love. And then also, guys, check us out on Fresh and Fit Clips. On that channel, we post 2 to 3 clips per day, and we also post shorts on that channel. So check us out, guys, on that channel. It's pretty lit. And yeah, it's growing pretty quickly, man. You guys really love the content over there. You might not have time to watch the full podcast, but you could definitely check us out on the Clips channel. And then also Fresh has a vlog channel.
Yes, guys, behind the scenes vlog channel, lifestyle videos and live streams. We do Monday and Wednesday for vlogs, and then for live streams, Tuesday and Thursday. Chris, could you bring it up real quick? Yep. So latest vlog is going to be building relationships, guys. Very important. No matter who you are, you have to build relationships. So here's like a quick preview of it. You can check it out after this video. And there you go. Last one there. Cool.
Bam, get the behind the scenes.
It's BTS, cars pull up, lifestyle. Hey, man, it's all about connection. So shout out to y'all.
You didn't get flagged on that one, did you?
I got copyright. But I got.
Oh, because you put the music?
Yeah,
okay.
Music, so I got to change it. But yeah, check it out, guys. 100K on the way.
This guy keeps putting copyright music in his stuff.
Messed up. Stupid.
Okay, and then, guys, also check us out on my other YouTube channel. It's called Fed1811. On there, I break down criminal cases for you guys. I just recently reacted to Donald Trump, and the affidavit came out, so I went ahead and broke that down for you guys as far as the background on that affidavit and the evidence that the FBI actually had. A bunch of it was redacted, but what we did was we were able to decode the redacted portions of the affidavit, me and my boy Andrew Esquire. So check us out over there on Fed1811. And then also, I just finished filming a documentary reaction, guys, to the Unabomber. Okay, as you guys know, that was the most expensive and longest FBI investigation for almost two decades, man. He eluded the FBI and the authorities, sending bombs through the mail, etc. So I went ahead and broke down that documentary earlier today. That's going to be out tomorrow. And then the Trump one is out right now. So go ahead and check that out after we finish this podcast, of course. But yeah, man, we give you guys a lot of variety over here on Fresh and Fit with different disciplines. But
it was funny. One of the news anchors, I believe, made a screenshot of the actual post that they did on Instagram, and they liked the actual tweet that Donald Trump put out. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
They weren't biased at all. They're like, I like this tweet.
Yeah, I'm going to like this tweet. All right, I'll hit the chats real quick, cool. And then I'll turn it to Fresh. You're going to break down debt for y'all.
What is that?
Okay, Bubbles goes, someone I know has rental properties, mostly single family, and is often spending time/money on maintenance/repairs. Is this a big issue for you guys? How can I eventually live off properties without constantly fixing stuff? Thank you. You're always going to have to fix stuff, bro. That's where a property manager comes into play. Extremely important. $10 from Yikes goes, Myron, how did your CPA make it to where you could write off passive real estate losses against your active income? Ooh, that's a good question, my friends. You have to be designated as a real estate professional, okay? That's going to be extremely important for you when you when you invest in real estate to be able to deduct higher income. Here we go. Luke Thoughts goes, there are two types of FNF viewers, those that watch Money Mondays and those that watch After Hours. Psych, we watch it all. Yeah, thank you very much, man. And a bunch of you guys say like, yo, you guys do the same content all the time. It's just arguing with girls. As soon as someone says that, stupid, I already know that they don't post real content. Like, sorry, they don't watch like all of our stuff because guys, we actually have like a variety of different types of content. Mondays we talk about money. Wednesdays we talk about girls and RP stuff.
Dating.
And then Friday we do a call-in show where we answer questions and or special guests. And then we also have the After Hours. So we brought on a whole bunch of different guests from different walks of life, whether it's entrepreneurs, multimillionaires, billionaires, people that are really killing it out here, actors, rappers, etc. We brought all different types of people from different walks of life. I don't think there's a more diversified podcast really on YouTube, guys, where we talk about this stuff.
But to be fair, they probably just watched a clip.
Yeah, or they tune into the nighttime show to watch the girls. A lot of guys don't tune in to, especially on the Money Mondays. Like, you guys want to be here when the tits are here, but you don't want to be here when we're talking about making money. And honestly, that is most of your guys' biggest problems, not having your finances in check.
Man, talk about like having money and confidence, guys. When you have money and you have status and confidence, bro, the world's your oyster. So you gotta level up, man.
Facts. Strangely, it's gotten increasingly difficult to super chat your channel. Specifically, no issues with Fed and Fresh Prince CEO Matrix agents. Potentially, we're going to get canceled.
Yeah.
Robbles Incline 6 goes, would you ever consider getting on Rumble as well? Maybe. Mr. Producer, Mo, love you. Thank you.
Deep Dish Pizza.
That's from Deep Dish Pizza. And then Villa. What y'all think about CFVI merging with Rumble, holding 5.8K shares for the top G? Didn't hear about that. Not really too aware. Midnight Z31. All the broke ninjas always skipping Money Mondays. We out here leveling up and improving every day. # Discord gang. All right. That's what it's about, man. Thank you so much. So go ahead, Fresh, and take it away. What is debt?
All right, man. So guys, in the chat, you're in America. You've been growing up here your whole life, or you're an immigrant yourself, and you're in this word called debt. Most people don't know what debt is really, right? Because like with debt, it has good or bad meaning. So we'll cover it real quick, Chris. What is debt? If you don't remember bringing it up. So debt, guys, basically is something, especially money, that is owed to someone else or the state of owing something. So when you have debt, right, guys, you have two options. Either it's good debt or bad debt. However, regarding debt itself, it's not a bad thing. So I say that to say with debt, if you have debt, guys, I'm telling you right now, for the most part, bad debt will own you. This means that there's a verse in the Bible that says the borrower is a slave to the lender, which means if you have debt, right, you basically owe that person money. You have to pay monthly with interest. And with interest, for example, let's say you want to invest money for yourself. If you got debt, you're paying interest on that debt, you're kind of investing nothing because the actual interest is negating the actual money that you're making. So I'm saying this to say, if you have debt, guys, it's not a good thing, typically speaking. But regarding real estate and also other assets, you can get debt that helps you in the long run. So I got some things that I covered that brings up debt. And guys, if these things are you actually in real life, it means that you have debt and it's a bad thing. So for example, these 6 things here means that debt owns you. Number 1 is if you use overdraft protection. So you got a bank account, you always get overdraft because of either auto payments or, for example, you have big purchases and you're using your overdraft protection. Guys, real talk, man, you're in a bad spot. Debt owns you. Number 2, you can't pay your insurance deductible, which means if anything is wrong with your car, it's broken and needs fixing, you're driving a beat up car. And that means, guys, you got problems other than debt. Number 3 is you're borrowing from your retirement account. Guys, if you're in debt, you got to borrow money. Don't ever, if you can, borrow from your retirement, because this means that like you're in a position in life where you have to take from your future to pay for your present. That is never good, guys. That's number 3. Number 4, your car payment is almost half your mortgage. So a lot of y'all have like BMWs, Mercedes, right? And it's cool. We get it. Middle class, living life. The problem is that like if your payment's over $500, $600, $700, guys, and your mortgage is like $1,600, guys, that's half of your mortgage in a car. That in itself, guys, is bad debt. And some of y'all buy new cars. Lord of mercy. You buying a new car and financing that shit, bro? Dude, before you even take it off the lot, you're losing money. So it's like bad to be in that position, guys. All right. Number 5. You need gap insurance whenever you buy a car. I don't know about y'all, but gap insurance is nothing more than an extra bill you shouldn't be paying, which means, once again, debt owns you. And then number 6 means you pay a barely minimum on your credit card or loan payments. We get it. Tough times hit you. You got to borrow some money. However, this means, once again, debt still owns you. So my personal opinion here is that when you have debt, you shouldn't really be investing. You should pay off the debt first and then invest when you can. Because my thing is with debt, it can hold you back from actually getting loans, move forward in life. And if you have debt, guys, typically speaking, is a bad thing. So that's my take on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, the takeaway from that, guys, is you typically don't want to have consumer debt. Okay. Yeah. And, what is consumer debt? We're talking like credit card debt. You want to go to Saks Fifth Avenue and, get drippy and all this other stupid shit that I told you guys about before. You really don't want to incur that kind of debt, because the thing is that a lot of the time the interest rate is going to eat you alive, especially with credit card debt.
Yeah.
Okay. And where does most people get their credit card debt? From consuming things. Okay. And this is why it's so important, guys, to put yourself as a creator versus being a consumer. And most people, guys, are consumers. Most sheep want to go ahead and get the latest fashion or get the latest sneakers or get the latest, iPhone or new tablet or whatever it may be. And sometimes you have to be able to exercise that discipline and realize, do you really need this? Okay. And you got to ask yourself, okay, can I survive without this? If the answer is yes, more than likely you don't need it. Okay, guys, you really don't need it. And the thing is also is that I want you guys to thrive off of having less. Okay. So all my life, throughout my 20s, guys, I was a hardcore minimalist. I don't own much. When I was living in Laredo, Texas, when I was an agent, I barely had anything in my apartment, barely had, didn't even have my bed on a frame, guys. I had a coffee table, a couch, a TV that was like on a little shitty stand, an Xbox, mattress on the floor, and that's it. And I lived like that from 2014 all the way to 2018 when I moved to Miami. And then when I moved to Miami, I got an apartment that didn't have it came with its own furnishings. It was furnished. Okay. Why did I do that? I did that so I wouldn't have to have more possessions. Okay. And yes, it did cost a little bit more because it came furnished, but you know what? That saved me a headache when it was time to move. It made me more mobile. I can go ahead and get out of there if I needed to, if I had a reassignment somewhere, or if I wanted to go international, whatever it may be, because when you're working for the government, you have to be somewhat fairly mobile to create opportunities for yourself so that you can get the hell out quickly. So I put myself in a position where I was not attached to things. And a lot of people, guys, are stuck where they're at because they're attached to things. I mean, hell, even a house, guys, if you purchase it as your primary residence a lot of the times and you're trying to stay there, will be a ball and chain and you won't be able to leave. Having a family, having children, putting them in school, etc. That house will end up turning into a tomb for a lot of you guys. So it's all about being intelligent and understanding that the less things that you have tying you down, the more chances you could take, the more opportunities you have, the more ability you have to create money and put yourself in a position to win. As a guy, you don't want to tie yourself down, especially when you're young, and things will tie you down, guys. And a lot of time, this consumer debt will do that to you. So that's one thing. So credit card debt, terrible. Stay away from it. Yeah. Okay. Unless you're using it to buy an asset or procure something that's going to make you money. Right. If you're investing in your business or whatever else like that, which is going to generate you money, that's one thing. But a lot of you guys, let's be honest, using credit cards to buy a bunch of stupid shit that isn't going to help you make money. That's going to just put you in debt. Right. And then a lot of these credit card companies, the credit card interest rates, guys, are high. On the low end, 12, 13%. On the higher end, between 17 all the way up to 30%. Yeah. Some of these credit cards. So, it's not worth it. And then on top of that, car payment, man, we had a whole discussion about this on Fresh's stream. For most of you guys, it's not worth it to make car payments on a vehicle. Nope. You're better off going, and this is coming from Fresh, that's a car guy. You want to tell them real quick about cars and like how to navigate that?
So before I got, the Rolls Royce and the two Lambos, Chris would say, I started with small cars. And like I said before, I got a car I could pay off fully, but I made payments on it because I was trying to build up my credit. Now, if you're young, trying to make it in life, you have a car payment that's high, you're holding yourself back because that money you spend, $700, $500 a month, could be going towards either investing in yourself or business. So we're just saying, look, opportunity cost here. You want to get a car? That's fine. Right now you're building up your empire. You're working on your passion, your purpose. That's your focus. A car is last to that, right? So what you do is you get a car you can drive daily, point A to point B. That you can either pay for in cash or you can pay for it in cash later on. But you're making payments because it's going to build your credit. You don't want to buy a new car because when you buy a new car, what happens is you're paying for that car before you even buy it. So what I mean by that? The car has a value when you go to lot, right? It's like, let's say you buy a Toyota Camry, brand new, 2022, and it's like suited out, all the options, right? It's probably like 27K. You buy that car, the moment you sign on the dot, it's in your name. You get in the car, you turn the key on, and you start moving the car, you lose money on the car because once again, it's a brand new car. And then you have to pay interest on that car for a couple of years. So it's a bad bet, guys. We're just saying buy a used car, hopefully one that you can pay off fully in the next coming months, or you can pay cash for the car.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, and guys, there's nothing wrong. I mean, as you guys know, I recently just got my Honda back. It was like, it's a piece of crap. It's like a 2002 Honda, like Accord or Civic, or Accord, sorry. And it's worth like maybe $1,000, $2,000 at the most. The thing is worth nothing, but you know, I've had it forever. It works well. It's only 132K miles on it. So I drove it all across the US, you know, when I was traveling, you know, between Connecticut to Florida to Texas, etc. when I was moving Georgia. So I've driven all over the place and has a lot of sentimental value. Pause. So I was like, you know, I'm going to keep this thing, and I own it. So it's like, it's another payment that I don't need to make. And even now, guys, with, you know, the success we've had financially, everything else like that, I still don't think there's a need for me to necessarily like make a car payment or whatever it may be. So for me, I like to keep my overhead really low. Now when it comes to like your living expenses or whatever it may be, so you want to minimize a car payment, guys. It preferably, if not, just buy the thing out cash. We talked about other strategies on, yeah, go ahead.
There's only two ways you should buy a car that you're gonna make payments on, either to make money or to rent out. So for example, let's say you do Turo, that's a good spot there. Yeah. Or you do like Uber. But other than that, guys, it's a bad bet. Don't do it. Yeah, it's not worth it. It really isn't, man. Yeah. Because the interest rate alone, a lot of the times, and then now with the interest rates going up higher, it kind of hurts the situation even more, man. So, and I know, what do you have to say to people that might critique you, be like, Fresh, well, you got your cars in, blah, 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 you got a Rolls Royce and a Lambo, blah, blah, blah. Well, you want to tell them kind of, just so you know, there's tiers to cars, right? There's regular cars, SUVs, there's like off-road, but for the majority part, guys, exotic cars hold their value. So there's a curve that exotic cars go through, and each curve has its high points and low points. So you buy at its high points, right? And you drive for a little bit, and before it tips off or drops off, you sell it. That way you stay in the green, you don't ever really lose. So basically speaking, guys, the cars that I have right now that are leased for the business, guess what? I get to write off each payment I make on the car. And if it's a certain weight, like let's say the Rolls Royce, guess what? The whole price of the car I can write off as well. So we're just saying, guys, if you're going to do it smart. But exotic cars has its own type of like bracket of like investing and making payments. So do you want to tell the people about, if they're not a business owner, why it's stupid to purchase a vehicle a lot of the times and lease it or finance it? We get in the real sauce, man. So it's kind of like, if you got a business, right, guys, and you want to have car payments, it works in your favor because you know, lease payments you could either write off or even finance payments with the right deal. Now, if you're not an owner of a business, what happens is you buy the car, it's under your personal debt. That one will hold you back because if let's say you want to buy a house or buy another asset, they're going to see that as one of your liability credit histories, and they may hold you back. So we're just saying, look, guys, for the most part, if you can have an LLC, put the cars under your business because one, it won't hold you back, and two, it'll add to your history, and then number three, most of all, it doesn't affect your current personal credit history. And then when you do purchase that vehicle for your LLC, you got to make sure that that vehicle is actually going to give you some tax benefit, guys. Like, you know, buying a vehicle that's not going to give you tax benefit, well, that's stupid. You know, so because there's always going to be exceptions to the rule, right? So a good rule of thumb is if you own a business and you're going to go ahead, then in that case, then leasing or financing a car might not be as bad because now you could put it under your business, you could write it off, get some tax deductions on it. Versus if you're just a regular person, you work a regular 9 to 5 or whatever it may be. Just do your best to own the vehicle so that you don't got to make car payments. Okay, guys. And then I guess hard money loans we can talk about real quick. Try not to take them, guys. Really not worth it. You've had experience with them, right? Someone made a joke that you see a certain type of women at these loan companies, you know, in the hood. What? One of our guests. Oh, yeah. He made that joke. But all jokes aside, though, guys, if you have to have those type of debts, guys, it's a bigger problem because those type of debts, guys, like, you know, hard money loans and like, for example, loan sharks, is because you need the money badly. And they know that. So what happens is they feed on your desperation. They give you a high interest rate because you know what? You're desperate. So you'll take whatever you can get. And that's not where you want to be, guys. Damn near credit card level, interest rates. And I would avoid hard money loans, man. Are there situations where you can use a hard money loan to your benefit? Yes. But the people that actually know how to use hard money loans don't have an issue with the money in the first place. They're using the hard money loan to maybe finance a quick real estate deal, a buy and flip, a fix and flip, whatever it may be. They're able to go ahead, get that money, fix the house up quickly, get the, cash out, refinance, pay the fucking debt back, and then also profit. So there's some savvy investors that know what they're doing and they know, the sensitive timeline, and they have hard money lenders that they deal with. But for most of you guys, regular people,
you have no business taking one of these hard money loans out. It's damn near loan sharking, guys. I don't even know how it's still legal, but it is, and they're profiting off of your desperation, because most of the people that come to them aren't savvy investors. Most of the people that come to them are going to have to go ahead and pay that ridiculous interest rate, and they actually benefit from lending you the money. You guys think like, oh, well, aren't they taking an L because I'm not necessarily paying? No, they're going to find a way to take that money, because a lot of the times they're going to go ahead and make sure that they secure some kind of collateral from you, whether it's your home, whether it's your car, or a family member's asset, whatever it may be. So they're going to make sure that they get theirs from you guys every single time. So you got to be careful when you deal with hard money lenders, etc. If you're going to do that, you got to pay it back and very quickly. But I suggest don't use that. You're better off having good credit and getting a standard loan, whether through his SBA or getting it through a bank or whatever it may be, and then procuring assets with that. If you got to go ahead and get a hard money loan, more than likely it's because you're desperate and your credit sucks, and that's a bad recipe for disaster.
No, well said. Personally speaking, like if someone's a savvy investor, they get hard money loans because they have inspiration and they know how to pay it off in the future.
Yeah. For
most people that get hard money loans that are not investors, they have all the desperation.
And a lot of the time, they have the money in their bank account.
Exactly.
They just don't want to use their own capital.
Facts.
They already have the money. It's just that, why should I use my capital when I can go and use someone else's capital? I know what I'm doing. I can go ahead and flip this money quick, use someone else's money, let this money sit in my account or whatever it may be. Gain interest, right? Or use it for some other kind of investment or trading or whatever the hell I'm doing versus taking my own money out. The thing is, guys, a lot of people that, build wealth, they understand the concept of OPM, aka using other people's money, which I'm going to talk about this here in a second. I got a chart here that I'm going to show y'all. But when you're able to use other people's money to procure assets, that's when you're really winning. But the only way you're going to get that, guys, is credit, man. Credit is literally the backbone to financial stability and building wealth in the future, man. Jay-Z said in the song of O.J., you guys want to know why the Jews own all the property? It's because of credit. And you're not going to really get any asset worth having unless you have credit. Even a car, unless you're going to buy that thing cash, guys. Let's say you have the money in the bank account ready to go and you want to finance it. They still won't sell it to you. Yeah. If you got bad credit, you want to buy a home. Realistically, are most people going to have, what's the median house price right now? Around $350,000 in the United States. Are you going to be able to have, do most Americans run around with $350K cash to buy a home? Hell no. Most people have to get a home loan. And most people don't even have enough to put down a 20%. They have to put a 3.5% down, whatever it may be, with an FHA loan. So you're always going to need to leverage your credit to some degree to get any type of asset, guys. So if you have bad credit, that's going to put you in a terrible, terrible, terrible situation, which is why you're going to end up having the bad debt. That's going to lead to you having bad debt. And then when you do have the bad debt, it's a cycle. It's a snowball effect that's going to put you in a very bad position for a financial situation. It's very difficult once you have bad credit to get your credit back up unless you fix your income problem. Okay. A lot of guys have bad credit because of bad decisions. On top of the bad decisions, they put themselves in debt. Then it's one of two things. Either they got to file bankruptcy and then have that on their credit report for like 7 years, or B, they figure it out, make more money, and then pull themselves out of debt. But that even takes a long period of time because a lot of the time when people have bad financial practices and put them in debt in the first place, they have bad habits. So no matter how much money they make, 100 grand, 200 grand, etc., they still don't understand the concept of living below their means. And a lot of guys, you'd be surprised. I know a lot of guys that make six figures, 100K, 200K, 300K, $500,000 a year, still in crazy debt because they don't understand the importance of living well below your means. They think, oh, I make $500,000 a year now? Fantastic. I could go ahead and get that Maserati, or I can go and get that Lambo now. And then bam, it's still, they're still basically barely afloat, right? They're right up to their nose and they're breathing, but they're barely there. One more car payment or one bad week, one bad month will lead to them being literally everything falling. And then bam, what takes a hit? Your credit. Even you guys understand, even if you maintain a balance, right, and it's over 30% of your overall credit usage, that's going to significantly reduce your credit score, guys, which is going to reduce your ability to get to be able to take on loans that will allow you to be able to leverage and get good debt, aka real estate, stuff like that. So your credit is very important, guys. And we have a whole playlist on credit, right? As far as like building your credit up, what credit cards to get, starter credit cards, secured credit cards for unsecured credit cards, tips and strategies and tactics to get your credit score up, because this is going to be very, very important, guys, down the road for you.
And look, you guys are watching this podcast right now, right? We get it. Awesome. Great job. However, this is a behavior change, a mindset change, because if you have bad money spending problems, guys, what happens is, like you said, you might get some money, but you're going to blow it eventually. So we're just saying, look, start with the mindset. watch a couple of these videos, learn, understand why you need to do it for yourself, and then do the behaviors now to actually enact that. Because you know what's funny though? I thought about this while you're talking, Myron. So what happens is people will find a girl, right? And they want to make her girlfriend or wife. And then I'm like, yo, what's your credit score, bro? Do you know? Oh no, bro, she's beautiful, bro. I'm worried about that. Yo, what happens is, right? When you want to go buy a house, you want to go buy assets together. You pull up to the spot. He's like, yes, sir. I'm with my wife. I want to get a property. We want to do a joint account. And then they're like, okay, cool. Stupid. Let's pull up your credit scores. Yours is maybe like a 720, 750. You worked on yourself. You did pretty good. Hers like a 320. Bro, it's like stupid. So whoever you marry or you take serious, guys, make sure they're at least on some level financially responsible, because if they're not, it's going to affect you later on down the road. So it's very important, guys.
Don't co-sign with anyone that doesn't have a credit score at your level, if not higher, bro. Yeah. Just keep it simple like that. And don't co-sign for no girl. Fuck it. I'm just going to say it. Call me a sexist. Call me a misogynist. Don't co-sign for no female, bro. It is what it is. Women are 80% of the consumer base, and women control 3/4 of the debt. I don't make the rules. I just report them. I wouldn't co-sign for no fucking girl, bro. Hell no.
Even barely family. You got to trust a person all the way.
Yeah, man.
That's the future, man.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, I have some stuff with Fresh, right? But Fresh has a damn near 800 credit score. I'm in the 780s. So I'm not worried about us defaulting on anything, because one of us is going to pay that shit. Facts. But like other people, fuck no, man.
You should have an urge in your body where it says, I owe somebody money, I got to pay it off.
Yeah.
Because, bro, that's not your money. You took their money, you spent it, but guess what? If you don't pay it off, and I'm talking about like bad debts, like credit cards, new car payments, that's trash. I'm saying bad debts are terrible. So if you owe somebody money, guys, pay them off immediately, because guess what happens? It's on your mind. Back in your mind, you're like, you know what? Damn, I'm in debt. You don't feel good. You feel like shit. You feel like, you know what? I owe somebody money. When you pay them off and you're debt free, I'm telling you guys, you feel like a weight lifted off your shoulder. You feel like, you know what? I have freedom because I don't owe anybody anything.
And not only that, bro, like you guys, because I see some of you guys in the chat saying like, oh, credit cards are bad, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, credit cards are bad if you're stupid, you know? And here's the thing. I love Dave Ramsey. I think he gives fantastic advice. But listen, if you're watching Fresh and Fit, I'm assuming you don't want to be fucking average. Dave Ramsey makes financial advice for average people that, quite frankly, are stupid and don't have any type of self-control. So he tells them, cuts the credit card, put an envelope here, put money in this envelope for this thing, blah, blah, blah. If you're watching this kind of content, you already think outside the box. You already understand that you need to, like, the burner performance on you and you need to perform, okay? We're not teaching you guys how to be average fucking Joes over here. We're teaching you guys how to become high-value men, how to become fucking winners, okay? So if you're going to be a winner, you need to exercise discipline. It goes from the gym to what you put in your body to how you spend your money, etc. It's a mindset shift, guys, okay? So the thing is that credit cards are a necessary evil to get your credit score up. Sorry, I don't really know an easier way to build up your credit unless you're going to just sit there and think you're going to get a car loan or a home loan without having any type of credit history. Credit is a necessary evil that you must deal with. The key, though, is to make sure two things. These are the two most important things for your credit score, okay, guys, to go up. Number one, you got to make sure that your credit utilization is under 30%, okay? I say under 10% is the best, okay? So if you have $10,000 worth of credit available to you, don't let that bitch go over 3K, okay? And then, like I was giving you guys tips before, increase your credit limit. Call your credit card companies, go on the app, increase your credit limit so that utilization, as you spend more money, it gets less and less of your overall credit available to you. That's number one, right? And then number two, the most important factor when it comes to your credit score is on-time fucking payments, okay, guys? One more time. I don't care if you got to fucking work an extra day. I don't care if you don't get no sleep. I don't give a shit what it is. You must make your credit card payments on time. No late payments. If that means you got to make the minimum payment for this month, so fucking be it. You guys need to be willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that you pay that credit card bill when it's due, even if it's the minimum. And then the next month, you better work more hours and bring that fucking debt down and bring it down to under 30% bare minimum. Under 10% preferably. Because once you go over 40, 50% of your credit card utilization, that's when the algorithm starts to trigger. That's when your car starts to get declined. That's when your credit score starts to tank. And that's when the credit card companies start to view you as a high risk spender, and they're going to start turning your cards off, etc. You might get a credit utilization of 10K, but once you start spending sporadically, etc., they're going to be like, yo, something's off here, and they're going to just turn your shit off. A lot of times you won't even be able to make it until it's a 70, 80% utilization, unless you've had a very good history of paying your shit off in full, not necessarily carrying a balance for a long period of time. But if you're spending and you're not necessarily you're making minimum payments, whatever, they're going to turn your shit off, man. So you need to be able to use credit cards and have discipline, guys. Again, no offense to Dave Ramsey. No, no offense to, the conservative guys that give advice. And this is a financial advice, guys. You can do whatever you want here. This is just how me and Fresh operate. Okay. If you're a normal guy, right? Fantastic. Go ahead and take normal advice, right? This is going to help most Americans out because most Americans do have a spending problem. However, if you're watching this kind of content, we go against the fucking grain over here, okay? We use credit cards to make us wealthy so that we can build up our credit
and be free,
okay? If you use credit correctly, it's a powerful, powerful fucking weapon, and it'll allow you to procure assets, okay? Even if you don't necessarily have the capital at the time. Okay, guys, because what it does is it buys you time to purchase something that's going to make you money, and then you have some lead time to go ahead and make that goddamn money as you go ahead and save up that money to pay for your credit card off. But if you don't have that available to you, what are you going to do? You need to do everything with your own cash. And hey, some of you guys might not have it.
Could you imagine saving up your whole life to pay for property before you got the loan for it? Like you spent your whole life saving up $300K to buy the property. You buy it at 50, 60 years old. Mm-hmm. What's the point of that?
And even then, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Dumbest thing you could do, guys, is buy a house cash. And I'm going to break that down here for y'all in a second. So real quick, are we going to go ahead and hit the chats real fast?
Yeah, chats real quick.
All right, let's hit the chats real quick. I'll set up this little thing here.
Yeah,
go
man.
Ahead, you got
it. Miss Theory, $5 says, yo, my guys, thank you for putting out the dope content. Too hot to wear the sweater, but counting down the days until the sweater weather again. Yes, sir. These are pretty comfy. Yevon Simonis IG says $20. Myron, what can we do to whip Fresh into shape? His six-pack is trying to arrive, but he still wants to eat sweet carbohydrates with Batman Kevo. I mean, look, man, I'm working on it, bro. Like, we're not there yet, but we're getting there, all right? Elliot Wave Review says $5. Sorry for being off topic, but do you recommend creatine before or after workout for best results? That's a Myron question. A Young for $20 says, me and my wife are tuned in every Monday. It's crazy how much information you can get for free from you guys. Shout out to Rolls Royce boys and FNF crew. Chris, Rolls Royce. That was funny.
Oh, Myron, here you go.
Oh no, he's still working on stuff. We got here Mr. Machista, $10 says, will Felix Fearless be a guest on the show? Yeah, I mean, sure. Everyone's welcome, man. Last thoughts, $10 says, at what age do you guys think men should have their stuff together? 30 or 40? I mean, sooner the better, guys, but to be realistic, it's probably 35, 30. 40, you should definitely have your stuff together no matter what. Through Diglets, $20 says, I'm a minimalist as well. I was going to buy a new Corvette 06 this year and said, nah, stay with my 06 Honda and decided to reinvest that money. And I'm ready to up to 3X it. Seal gang me up. Shout out to you, bro. Being smart there. Chillager, C says, with the way interest rates are now, would you guys still agree to buy a car to make money, or should I wait? Honestly, guys, buying a car now to make money is a bad bet because, bro, interest rates are high, one, and then two, man, the loans are terrible. Like the car market is dropping a little bit, but it's still bad. So I'll wait a little bit before I buy a car. Honestly speaking, wait like at least 3 to 4 months and then buy a car because it will drop a lot by then. I mean, 279 says, can you use a personal line of credit to buy assets? You can, but I mean, you got to pay back that loan and also as well future lines of credit. So I mean, if it's like revolving is great, but personally speaking, use it to probably like get things in they can pay cash for. That's what I would say. Joshua Farkas, $5 says, what do you guys think about using an FHA 203K loan to buy and rehab a house for profit? I'll let Myron answer that one. Manjot Sintor, $10 says, no debt right now, thinking about house hacking using my VA loan, getting stationed in San Francisco with HSI. Thoughts? That's another going for Myron. 21 Auto, $10 says, Myron, if you want to keep that Accord running, A1, hit us up at 21 Auto. We can come to you. All right. Rich, $10 says, I keep my expenses low. Just bought an older car cash. Good job. At what level of income do you think men should buy higher-end cars at? I mean, when it doesn't affect you, bro, because it could be different for you, for me. But my thing is, when I buy cars, the payment doesn't affect me anyway. So if I make a payment on a car, let's say for like 5 months, it won't affect me at all. So if I start doing what I'm doing right now, I had to make payments, I could pay for 5 to 10 months with no problem at all. So that's when I would buy at least on that level. We have some questions here for you, Myron.
Okay.
About fitness and then HSI and other stuff.
Here.
Okay, Myron, what can we do to whip Fresh into shape? His six-pack is trying to arrive, but he still wants to eat sweet carbohydrates with Batman Kevo. Hey, bro, he's going to do what he wants to do, bro.
I'm working on it.
$5 Elliot Wave review. Sorry for being off topic, but do you recommend creatine before or after a workout for best results? Just take it whenever you can. 5 to 10 grams a day, you'll be fine. Doesn't matter when you take it because it just needs to saturate the muscle. It takes about 3 weeks to saturate. Manjot Singh Tour goes, no debt. I'm right now thinking about house hacking, using my VA loan, getting stationed in San Francisco with HSI. Thoughts? Absolutely do it, bro. Just do it. Absolutely. Just make sure that if you're going to become a real estate investor, that you need to go ahead and do your outside employment paperwork, okay, with your SAC, because even though, you're only buying a property, whatever it may be, you don't want to have any type of situation that could fuck you up. So always declare your outside employment and or outside activities, man. It doesn't even have to make money sometimes for you to have to declare it. So just be careful and make sure you fill out that outside employment / outside activities paperwork. Okay, that's going to keep you safe. 21 Auto goes, Myron, if you want to keep that Accord running. Oh, this was from before. Thanks. Anything else?
We got Cannoli Productions.
Yep.
$20 says, what would be some advice for someone in their mid to late 20s with good credit in order to work their way into their own income, buying and flipping cars, or owning houses, and renting them out? ? Thanks for the advice, guys. So he wants to know, what would be some advice for someone in their late 20s to build credit and I guess get assets like cars and property?
I mean, just simply using your credit card and paying it off in full is going to help you build your credit up significantly. And then also another thing you guys can do, another hack is you could become an authorized user on someone else's account.
Yeah.
So like your parents or whatever it may be, go ahead and get a credit card on their account and, just spend what you make. Don't be an idiot, right? Especially when you live with your parents and you don't necessarily have bills, you can really go ahead and use your credit card to build your credit up. And the thing is, guys, is that the trick is you're going to use the credit card for everything that you would have already bought anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not about going and buying things that you were never going to buy. It's about using the credit card or purchasing things you were going to buy anyway.
Like gas.
Yep. As we knock things over.
There you go.
But yeah, so whether it's gas, things that you were going to buy for your house, things that you were going to buy for your business, especially if you have a business, you definitely need a business credit card, man.
Yeah.
We did a whole episode on business credit cards, the best ones to get, guys. So make sure that you go ahead and pick up a business credit card. And honestly, it's free money if you guys know what you're doing correctly. If you pay the bill in full every month, and then you go ahead and you're leveraging credit card correctly, you're getting the benefits, you're getting the points, etc. Credit card companies hate guys like us, man. You go ahead, you take their credit card, you spend it on things you were going to buy anyway, get the free points, get the free mileage, get the free dollars, whatever the hell it was going to be, and then you travel the world and or get cash back. And bam, you're good. You're winning for spending money you would have already spent, and it's for your business, and it's a tax write-off. It's a win-win all the way.
Well, man, you work hard all year. You're with your girlfriend or your wife. You take her on a trip. She's like, "Oh my God, this is so sweet, babe." You're like, "Bitch, I'm using points."
Exactly.
Relax.
She don't even know it. You become Rick Ross. You ain't even know it.
You don't even know it.
Okay. So yeah, guys. So we talked about the bad debt. Is there anything? Is it more here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Uncle Luke, 19 days. Oh yeah, most definitely. And guys want a passport and travel. They still got to get that money up and get that credit up. It's very important. Absolutely,
Yeah,
man. And hey, dude, there's so many travel credit cards out there that you can really finesse, man. And we did a whole episode on travel credit cards too, guys. And we'll probably do a refresher, a 2022 version for y'all on some of these cards. But yeah, man. I mean, a lot of the cards, the terms are still fairly the same.
A well-traveled man is a desired man, because if you could travel the world, you gain insight.
Yeah, that's what hoes want, man.
Yeah.
Uncle Luke, 1980s. Tell Fresh and Myron credit cards are a great way to build up credit. Just use it responsibly, make on-time payments. Absolutely. That's what we were saying before.
So to add to what Myron said earlier, if you want to jumpstart your credit score and you're young, this is what I did personally when I came to America, and I blew it from there. I got a car I could pay for in cash, but I bought it to make payments on it for only 6 months. So when I pay out that car, it shows up on my credit score as like a ding, because that means that, for example, I could pay off a car and I just got credit. That's powerful.
So you already had the money. You just decided to finance it in the beginning
to build up credit.
Just to build it.
And the second thing I did was I got
That's a good strategy.
I got on my aunt's credit card. She put me on, and she's a perfect score. So that was like instant boost. Like, remember, I had 0. So from 0 to like, I think 620.
Yeah.
And then from there to like 685.
Yeah. And you hadn't lived in the United States, so you didn't have any credit at all. So that was a way to jumpstart it. So that's a good strategy right there. You have the money. You can go ahead and finance a car, make the payments for how long? 6 months to a year?
Yep. That's it.
And then just pay it off at the end. That's a good strategy right there.
No, you will pay some interest, but the gains you get from credit itself is
it's worth the payment.
It's worth it
of the interest. Yeah, you are paying a little bit of interest, but it's not that bad, especially if you lock in a good a decent interest rate. Yeah, I mean, especially if your credit's not that great. Yeah, the interest rate might be a little high, but it's okay. You bear it for 6 months to a year. It's worth getting your credit score, turboed up, rocketed up.
You know what's funny? So I had my roommate, right? He had a Mercedes-Benz C-Class.
Uh-huh.
I had a Toyota Camry 1992. I was paying $400 for that car. He's paying $300. So I had a 1992. He had a 2015.
Oh,
Mercedes.
just because his credit was good.
But his credit was okay. But what happened was the shift happened. I did that at the beginning to get myself a footing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He missed the payments here and there, and I passed him and I got a nicer car, a Range Rover. So it's like, yeah, I sucked at the very beginning, but I knew what I was doing to build up my credit. So it's important, guys.
Bam. W. Bombaclat goes $1. Thank you. And then $20 from Yves Simonis. Usually I would agree with having good credit, but in these times we're on the brink of war. Even the United States credit score is 400. Who cares about credit? A reset is on the horizon. Build the credit afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, have cash, bro, of course.
I mean, this guys, Yves thinks the world's going to end. Fresh, since you've been with 1,000 women and you said you eat most chickens pox? Most chicks boxes. So you out here eating club dots, Miranda, and flued out chicks?
Nigga, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't think he mentioned that he eats box, guys.
You mean chicken from KFC? I don't
He's talking about you eating chicks, girls' boxes.
Oh my God, bro.
Open daily grind. The ability to acquire assets is through debt. That's why it's not budgeted as a liability by accountants. Bam, there you go.
There you go.
Great content, Fire Vlog, Fresh, and Fed It is amazing. Shout out to DL Saint, Grill Vision, and Cornerstone Events. Got you, Rod.
Eric.
And then in Monero, we trust. Okay, thank you, X. And then last two here. DeMarco goes, we all know that the U.S. is not the best place to look for a wife, but it is okay for making money. Can you do a show for the international viewers on what type of business would qualify for an E2 investor visa? Ooh, I do not know.
We'd have to do some research, but
yeah, we would have to do research before we do that.
We're to cover that topic.
Yeah, bro. You need to consult with an immigration attorney, my friend. That's who you really need to talk to.
Because y'all wonder like how I did it. Like my mom was a citizen, so she gave it to me when I was young.
Yeah,
so I could just come over here like normal.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, his mom was born in New York City, so obviously he's gonna get citizenship just off of that.
Yeah,
because the mom's a citizen. Shout out to Fresh and Fit for all the guys that said that you married a girl to get your green card.
I'm like, bro, like I wish it was that simple, but nigga, that would have
actually been more. We wouldn't roast him so hard.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Yeah,
I messed up.
He fucked up, guys. He has no excuse. Stupid. He got a U.S. citizenship, and he still married that.
You live and learn, bro.
That chick. Shout out to Fresh and Fit for the credit score, a credit card game. But y'all's advice on my FICO score shot up from 684 to 779 just by paying off old medical bills and using my credit card to pay for everything. I got you, my friend. Bro, the slave mind will tell you don't use your credit card because most people don't have the discipline to understand I'm only going to spend what I can actually afford. And when you do it that way, you win, bro, because using a debit card or paying for anything in cash is the dumbest thing you could ever do. You're wasting the ability to get free credit score points.
And also protection. If someone does fraud on your card, your debit card, it may take longer or not even possible to get your money back. Happened to me.
Yep.
But if you use a credit card, you can get it out right away.
Facts. Yep. A lot of the most credit cards have fraud protection, guys, especially in today's day and age where fraud and scamming is like the newest, criminal endeavor. Yeah.
Yeah, but Jamal made a good point. He said his medical bill he paid off. Guys, you don't know this, right? But let's say you had an accident, you went to the ER, and you couldn't pay that bill right away. What happens if they put it on your history, and if you don't pay it, it goes to your credit. So you might not even know you have an old medical bill from the past. Maybe you got taken to the ambulance. Maybe you got like an issue and people have to come.
They sell the debt to collections.
Yes.
The hospitals sell the debt to collections. And once they sell that debt to collections, that's when your credit score is going to really start to tank.
Guys, I recommend get a Credit Karma account. See what's in your history because, guys, if you don't pay that bill off, it's going to affect you later on in the future.
Dude, medical bills is like the sneaky thing that fucks people up like bad.
Yeah.
Like everyone I know that has bad credit, 9 out of 10 times, they had a random ambulance situation. Yeah. They went to the emergency room and just forgot about it. They got a cast. They didn't have insurance, whatever it may be. So medical bills, guys, a lot of times is the sneaky thing that will destroy your credit, and you don't even know sometimes how. So you need to get something that monitors your credit so that you know what the hell is digging your credit score, guys. Yeah. Hell, a lot of times when you get a credit card like Capital One, for example, they'll give you a credit monitor. American Express, same thing. So you can check your FICO score. You could check your regular credit score with Experian, Equifax, TransUnion.
Yeah.
So those are the three main credit reporting agencies in the United States and I think in Canada. So guys, you need to make sure that you handle that stuff. And that right there is one that will destroy you and you won't even know it.
Yeah.
Is medical bills. That's a big one.
Guys, you want to compare life to a video game? The cheat code is credit.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Facts. So guys, if you ever went and got some kind of procedure done at a hospital or whatever it is, and your credit score is kind of low, you need to go and look into it and see if you owe them money.
Yeah.
That will mess you up a lot of times.
They won't even tell you.
Yeah.
You might have a different address. You might move out. You might be kind of like messed up from an actual accident. So you're not thinking about it. Before you know it, hey, I want to get a loan. Oh, sorry, sir, your credit score is really low. Why is it low?
Yeah, you don't even know.
You didn't pay your bills.
Another pro tip for y'all real quick. I'll give you guys some sauce. A lot of the times with these collection agencies, by the time they're calling you to collect money, guys, they just want to recoup some of that debt back, okay? Because a lot of times they're not able to get 100% of the debt back. So let's say you owe $1,000. Bro, when that debt collector calls you, be like, listen, I got 6. A lot of the times they'll take that and wipe it off, guys, okay? So a lot of these collection agencies, bro, they just want to collect something and get the hell out. Because remember, they bought the debt from whoever originally, exactly. They got it at a steal because they basically, let's say the hospital, you owe the hospital $2,000, right? The company went ahead and bought that debt for like $300 because the hospital knows they're not in the business of collecting money. They don't have people to go after and find you and call you, harass you, do investigations and figure out where the fuck you live now, etc. So they just sell that debt. They're like, whatever, we'll take the L. Because they're going to be subsidized by the government anyway, a lot of these hospitals, right? So they sell the debt to a collection agency. That collection agency goes ahead and picks up that $2,000 debt for like $200-$300. So then they call your ass, hey, they track you down, figure out where you're at. Hey, you owe money, blah, 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 blah. They'll try to scare you. Oh, if you don't pay it, blah, 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 we're going to come. Also, the shit, we're going to repossess your stuff, blah, blah, blah. A lot of times if you just say, hey, listen, because a lot of people don't even answer the phone. If you listen, hey, man, I got $600 right now. I could pay this. Could we do that? Sometimes they'll just take that and end it right there, man. Yeah. If you reason with them. So that's something also that you can do as well with these collection agencies. Because remember, they're profiting because they bought it at like a fraction of what it really was.
Under market value.
And then once you pay those collection agencies, that will shoot your score up significantly because by the time it's in collection, guys, you've taken a tank on your credit score at that point.
Facts.
So there you go, man. There's some sauce for free, y'all. What are your thoughts on NFTs? I'm starting an NFT agency. Would love to do some business with y'all. Much love. Keep doing what y'all doing. We're not fucking with NFTs,
We're
bro.
Good, bro.
Jerson Brahoma, $2. Appreciate that. Miss Sharp, do you think it's a good idea to pay off a car loan if it's the installment plan and listed on your credit?
So you're saying pay off a car loan if it's your installment plan listed on your credit? I mean, honestly speaking, guys, if the car is going to be like 5 years and like you made that loan for 5 years, then just wait because if you paying off faster, could mess you up. But
they might hit you with the penalty, right?
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah. So it depends on your terms because if your terms are you pay off early, you got to pay a payoff fee, or if it's not on your terms, you can pay it off. Then definitely you go ahead and do it. What I recommend is
so you got something where you didn't have a payoff fee.
Exactly.
Okay, try to negotiate that, guys.
Yeah, because that's important. Because you're gonna have to pay the exit out of that loan.
Yeah,
which sucks.
Yeah, and they might charge you a higher interest rate. But again, this is something that you can. That's a tactic you can employ to get your credit score up, guys. Remember, the whole goal of this is yes, you're paying a little bit more with the interest rate, etc. But the whole goal of this is your credit score sucks. You need to get it up. You're trying to turbocharge it up to the 700s, whatever it may be. That's a good way to do it.
If you're doing a debt snowball strategy, what you can do is pay off one debt that you have from before and use that money and put it onto your car payment. But put it towards the principal, not interest.
Bam.
So let's say, for example, your car payment is $500. You paid off a debt was paying $200 a month. You say, you know what, cool. I got extra money now. I'll put $200 onto the car payment. So now I pay $500 to interest and a little bit principal. And say, you know what, this extra $200. Put it towards principal only.
Bam. Johnny AU goes, what is the best way to lower mortgage payments if I have $100K cash? Should I do a mortgage recast/refi or use the money to build an ADU for additional rent money? Okay, that depends on you, my friend.
Yeah.
That there's so many factors that come into there as far as like lowering your mortgage payments and everything else like that. It depends on where you live. It depends on how much money you put down. It depends your rental market. It depends on the status, the status of the home, the condition of the home. So I would need way more facts, right, for me to know that.
But my thing is just get another property at 100K. I mean.
Yeah, 100K cash. Yeah, you're better off. You're almost always better off, guys, spreading that currency, that capital that you have over multiple properties.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second, actually, in this whiteboard that I have here, where we're going to talk about how having debt can actually help you, because we've been talking about bad debt all this time. We're going to talk about good debt in a second. Okay, G Complex 217. Bitch, I'm using points. Fresh. There you go. I would like to invest in buying a condo in downtown Chicago and using it to do Airbnb. My credit is 750 and I already have a condo as a primary residence. What should I do? Ooh, God. Bro, I always say no to condos, man. Most of the time, condos are not worth it. The FHA alone, a lot of the times, is going to eat significantly into your cash profits, and
you are at the mercy of that association. So if anything goes wrong, they need to do a repair of the roof or any type of like incidentals. You're going to be charged for it. And as a matter of fact, that right there,
and it's unannounced a lot of times.
Yeah, it could be prompted by just when saying, you know what, we need extra money. Issue here. Let's fix it.
Yeah, your HOA is going up $200, $300, $400, $500, and you can't do nothing about it.
Nah, you can't.
You know, so condos, bro, from an investor standpoint, most of the time don't work. I'll be honest with you. Unless you're gonna you have like a sick setup where you can go ahead and you can Airbnb that thing and you're able to make cash on cash on cash.
That's another issue.
Condos are a pain in the ass.
Some companies don't like to do it at all. They're like, you know what? You're banned if you do it, or you're gonna be terminated.
Yeah, a lot of buildings. Like the only way I could see a condo even working a lot of the times is you would have to Airbnb it. But that's a good point. Yeah. A lot of HOAs are gonna say if we catch you Airbnb-ing, we're kicking you out.
You know what's funny? All it takes is somebody saying, "Hey, I lost my key fob."
Done.
What's your apartment number? What's your name?
Stupid.
Oh, Jonathan. Oh, that's Daniel. Bet. Canceled.
Yep. Bro, so, a lot of these buildings don't fuck around with Airbnb, guys, because you got to remember, guys, Airbnb is a risk to a lot of buildings. Here in Miami, if you try to Airbnb your apartment, a lot of the times they'll kick you out for that immediately.
Yeah,
like you'll lose your lease for trying to Airbnb your apartment out, bro.
It's good money, but it comes with
it comes with a thing. So you got to make sure that number one, your building's okay with it. Number two, that they're not necessarily doing renovations all the time. And then number three, you need to be in a market where it makes sense. Here in Miami, I'll tell y'all right now, you try to have a condo in Brickell.
It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough,
bro. HOAs start at 1,000. Start at 1,000. That's gonna probably eat any kind of cash flow you were thinking of having.
You know what's the worst part about all this though?
Yeah.
So my old place I stayed at, I won't say the name. They've been working on the actual roof for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So this means that for 5 years, you're gonna pay extra money because they're working on a roof. So extra money that you didn't account for, you're paying every month because they want to fix the roof for 5 years. It's crazy, guys. So don't do it, man.
Yeah, bro. It ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. And then you're at the mercy of the association. Any hippie stupid shit they want to do, they take a vote and it's like, all right, we want to have cupcake parties every Wednesday.
Listen, you're buying properties for freedom.
Yeah.
Not for having another job.
Yeah, bro. Fuck that. If you want to be a real estate investor, most of the time, single family homes or multifamily homes, man.
Yeah.
You don't want to be under an HOA, bro. You really don't. I'm a 40-year-old trucker going through separation and soon child support. Just moved to Texas for life reset, but living out of the truck. What do you suggest to pick up the pieces and reinvent myself? I'm a business focused, not women. Just earn more money, my friend.
You got low expenses.
Focus on earning more money on what you're doing, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with living in your truck. I mean, it's
the biggest
to
thing
save
is,
a lot of
bro,
money.
You cut your expenses. So now whatever money you make is profit. So you're on the right path, bro.
Yep. Being bilingual will increase anyone's value, but which one is more beneficial in the forever growing world of social influence and business, in your opinion? I mean, if you want to do international business, Chinese is good. Well, I would say Russian, but we kind of have sanctions against them. Spanish is the second most spoken language in the world. So it really comes down to what you want to do, guys. In any situation, it could work, right? So like we just, tore on condominiums for a little bit. There are some markets where condominiums might work. I'll be honest with you. I don't know the Chicago market. I know the Miami market, and I know that Chicago is also a major city. So I'm more than willing to bet
it's similar.
It's going to be fairly similar where the HOA costs are going to be expensive because Chicago ain't cheap, right? If you want to live in downtown Chicago, it's very comparable to Miami prices. We got you guys by a little bit, but Chicago for a long period of time was always more expensive than Miami.
Got yachts over there. They got lifestyle too.
Yeah.
So Chicago's a nice spot.
Clean city too. Whenever the city's clean like that, where do you think they get that tax money to clean it? Mr. Machista, I got that one. Being bilingual, got that one. Jack Frost goes, what's the best way to find a local joint ventures, and are there good starting ventures to look for?
Look at your meetup.com. Like, look at your local meetings.
Yeah. The Clown World's MLK. Myron, can you give a brief explanation on principal pay down in regards to real estate? I don't think you've mentioned it in past shows. Well, here's the thing, guys. If you know what the hell you're doing, you don't want to pay that debt off.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys are in a fucking rush to pay debt off. And I'm going to talk about this here in a second. So that's a perfect transition question.
Is different.
Jerry CFIT goes, I have $16K on my car. I have $22K in savings. I have $30K credit card limit. Should I use my credit card to pay off half my car and savings to pay the other half? See, you fucked up by having a car payment that expensive. Like, bro.
See, what happened here, right?
Yeah.
$22K. He could have did what? Invest in himself or business or even buy real estate.
Yeah.
But now you got to pay off debt.
Yeah.
No, look.
What do you think? He should sell that car, right? Get rid of that shit?
Hell yeah.
Sell that car, bro.
Take the loss. Just pay the like $5,000 or $4,000 you're going to lose on actual appreciation.
Go buy a beater and own it.
Yeah, just buy a beater and own it. And that way you keep most of your money and then you can get it without much pain because you got to do with some pain now, but like take that loss and learn from that example.
Guys, Fresh gave good advice earlier, bro. Like, real talk, man. For a lot of you guys, it's not in your best interest to lease or finance a car. For a lot of y'all, like, unless you own a business and you're buying a vehicle and it's like you know,
you're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose most of the time. Okay, a lot of you guys aren't Freshman CEO running around with a Rolls Royce and putting on Instagram and everything else like that. Making business moves, everything else like that, writing it off for tax purposes because that car is a tax write-off, by the way.
Yeah.
Most of you guys don't own a business. Most of you guys work a 9 to 5, which is fantastic. Nothing wrong with that. But since you work a 9 to 5, you're not going to enjoy the benefit of being an entrepreneur and being able to write these vehicles off a lot of the times. It's going to be a liability for you versus being an asset. Fresh might be able to buy that Rolls Royce and turn it into asset. A lot of you guys, let's say you're a lawyer, whatever, you buy that Rolls Royce, that shit is a liability.
It is.
Okay.
Look, car dealerships are there to make money on you, bro. They're not there to play games. And yeah, you want a car? Here you go. No, they make money on financing your car and when you buy the car new. So guys, real talk, man, be smart about it before you buy a car. Think about it long and hard.
Yep. Facts. All right, so let's go ahead and kill the Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter stream. Guys, I'm going to talk about good debt now. So go ahead if y'all want to get the sauce. Come on over to YouTube, type in Fresh and Fit. We're going to talk about good debt now, guys. So come on over to YouTube, type in Fresh and Fit. And I got a chart where I illustrate this for y'all. And we're going to go through a scenario here why debt can actually save you during inflation, okay? So real quick, what are the likes at?
We have 1.9.
Guys, there's 4,700 of you guys in here, man. Do me a goddamn favor and like the video, man. How the hell do we got so few likes and you guys are getting all this sauce right now?
Bro, this is some
They're not going to
sauce.
teach you this stuff in college, guys. They're not going to teach you this.
And the girls all here too.
If I had a podcast that taught me this, right, dude, 5 years ago, if I knew this knowledge here, I'd have gotten it like from other channels back and forth. It's all in one spot, nigga. You're winning.
Yeah, bro. We got it all in one spot for you guys. Making money, getting girls, being attractive, not being a fucking bum, all that stuff. One spot, entertainment. This channel, there's a reason why we're on the way to 1 mil, man. So check us out, guys. Like the goddamn video, subscribe to the channel. So now I'm going to go ahead and break down for you guys what good debt is. Good debt, guys, is when you're able to use other people's money, aka a bank or some kind of institution that lends out money, and you're able to procure an asset. In this case, we're going to talk about real estate. Real estate, guys, I don't care what nobody says, and this is me being unbiased to a degree because I have all different types of assets, right? I have crypto, I have real estate, I have obviously stocks, I have index funds, I have precious metals. Hell, I even got a Rolex here, a plain Jane that holds value fairly well. My thing is real estate from a tax building wealth perspective is the best asset class, man. There's no way around it. It's
and
made
cash flow.
And cash flowing. It's made 90+% of millionaires made their millions off of real estate, guys. There's no way around it. It's how I made my first few million is from real estate, guys. It is what it is. That's just there's no way to go around it. If you look at people like Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, all these guys own real estate and they pay almost nothing in taxes. And we're going to talk about the fucking crazy, insane gains that you can get from real estate right now. I'm going to give you guys a scenario here and we're going to walk it through on this board right here. Do you have anything before I get into it?
To many millionaires around the world, and what's in common with these millionaires? Real estate. That's all I got to say.
All right, cool. So we got here we got this board, okay, guys. Chris. Okay, guys, so this board right here, okay? So we're going to work our way from here and go all the way here. But I want you guys to stick with me. Don't read anything else here, guys, until we go through it, okay? So as you guys know, right, how's the sound right now, Mo? Guys, give me ones in the chat if this mic is good.
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, cool. So we got less clear. Fantastic, good. So they can only see they can see what we're going on here. All right, perfect. So as you guys know, inflation is here, right? We're officially in a recession. GDP growth has been going down. And okay, I'll get a marker for that so they can see. So we're gonna start here with on this side. Now I'm using easy numbers, guys, so that this is easy to understand because my math sucks. But let's say you have $100,000 saved, right? We know inflation is somewhere between it's been floating around at 8%, 9%. And then if you look at shadow stats, it's actually higher than that. But we're gonna go ahead and use a nice round number, 10% inflation. That means you have $90,000 in purchasing power. Okay, so you lost 10K in this scenario. This is where a lot of people put themselves. They might have some cash that they're sitting on in the bank, Bank of America, giving them almost no interest. Even Ali Bank, which is like less than 1% nowadays, which used to give 2% returns. Even if you're in a high yield interest savings account, it's still not going to, hedge against inflation. All right. So if you put your money in a bank, this is basically where you're going to be. This is the reason why they say cash is trash. All right. So $100,000, 10% inflation. That's going to mean that you have $90,000 as far as purchasing power goes. You lost $10K. Now, let's say you take that $100,000 and you invest it into real estate and you go ahead and you buy a $500,000 house. Well, 100K is 20%. You put up that 20%. The bank gives you the other 80%, which is 400K. And then bang, next thing you know, you're able to purchase this $500,000 home. Okay. This $500,000 home is a duplex, triplex, whatever it may be. It's an asset. Okay. Because we know real estate on average almost always appreciates. Now, with 10% inflation, right, that means home prices are also going to go up, right? So we can go ahead and say that the house, right, just for easy number purposes, appreciates 10%. Okay. So it appreciates 10% right here. My handwriting sucks, guys, and it got messed up, but you guys know what I'm saying. 10%. Goddamn. Hold this steady. I'm left-handed, so.
There you go.
Cool. I'm left-handed, guys, so this is weird for me. So as you guys can see here now, we got $500,000, right? It goes up 10%. Now it goes up to $550,000. So you gained $50,000 in equity in the home. However, you only put 20% down of this. You only put 100K down. So you just gained a 50% return, guys. Okay. Do you not just see what the fuck happened there? One more time. You take $100,000, right? Because if you had put this $100,000 in the bank and just let it sit there, you lose $10,000 of buying power. However, you invested into real estate, $100,000, right? 20%, you're able to go ahead and buy a $500,000 home. Okay. You only put up 100. The bank gives you 400. That house appreciates over 10%, okay? Over 10% with the inflation, it goes up to $550,000. You gained $50,000 in equity. However, you only put $100,000 down, so you got a 50% return on your money. You're not going to get that on the fucking stock market. You're not going to get that in any other asset class, really, except if you get lucky with some kind of shitcoin. And at that point, if you don't sell it at the right time, you don't trade it at the right time, whatever the hell it is, volatile market, you might lose that opportunity. But not only did you gain this equity, okay, you're also cash flowing. You're also getting tax benefits. And then on top of that, as the house appreciates, you could do something called a cash out refinance. When you do that cash out refinance, guess what happens? That's a non-taxable event. In that non-taxable event, you pull out that equity. Let's say you want to pull out this extra 50K that you may have gained or $100,000. You're able to pull LVT, right? LTV, 75 to 80% of whatever you gained, right? Of the total value of the home. Bam. Now you can go ahead and take that money and do this again. Take another 100K and then go buy another house, which will give you more tax benefits. And keep in mind, guys, when you depreciate the house for tax purposes, you're able to depreciate the purchase price, the whole $500,000, not what you actually put down, which was only $100,000. So this is an example, guys, where you take $100,000, you invest into real estate, and then even with inflation hurting the power of the dollar and the purchasing power, you win because you invested into an asset that's appreciating over time. And instead of losing $10,000, you gained $50,000. Okay. This is why real estate is the fastest and most efficient way to build wealth, and why 90+% of millionaires make their money from real estate, guys. Not to mention all the tax benefits that come, the cash flow, the appreciation, the ability to cash out, refinance, and have a non-taxable event. This is how the rich stay rich, guys. All right.
And you know what? You don't learn this in school, man.
They're not going to teach you this shit in school.
Oh, bro.
They're not. They're going to teach you how to be a bigger and better employee so you can make someone else fucking rich. Okay, guys? Real talk. You guys want to know why I talk shit on the internet? I don't give a fuck, because I own 8 of these properties, so I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. And if they try to cancel me, oh, okay, well, it is what it is. I'll just chill and do nothing, But obviously that ain't gonna happen, right? We're gonna make sure that we don't get canceled, right? I'm trying to watch my jokes here, but the point is, guys, is that you want to be able to have that security. And this is why it's so important to invest, guys. No other asset class is going to give you the tax benefits, the cash flow, and the ability to have that freedom. But you know how you're going to get real estate deals like this? Credit. You're not going to be able to get a house putting 20% down, right? And get the bank giving you 80% of the money with a shitty credit score. It ain't going to fucking happen, guys. Okay? And if you buy this house cash, well, guess what? You just took an L because you didn't use any leverage. So if you took $500,000 and you bought it in cash, well, you lose in this case because that money could have been used to spread out among different houses. Okay, this is the power, guys, of leverage and putting down the bare minimum required to control the asset and then you're able to reap the real benefits, okay? So inflation helps you when you're a real estate investor versus hurting everyone else like it does, because this is a hard asset. It's not a liquid asset like crypto, like the stock market, like index funds, etc. When you have a hard asset, concrete, steel, and all the other stuff that's in real estate, and you're able to put tenants in it, that's a hard asset, and you're able to actually gain as inflation goes up. Yep. Okay, guys, this is probably one of the best hedges against inflation. So this scenario right here shows you guys the power of investing in real estate and getting good debt. Yes, you're in $400K debt, but you're gaining, and you have tenants paying this off for you. So it's a win-win.
Man, love you.
Don DeMarco.
You want to get gains? Listen to Myron Gaines. There you go. What?
So
accurate.
That's how you do it, guys. And that right there will give you the ability to have fuck you money and tell your boss to suck your cock if they give you some bullshit. All right, if they piss you off. All right,
Pause, man. Pause.
Well, not literally, guys.
No, pause, man.
Yeah.
Not literally, you fucking weirdos. These guys are actually like legitimately like fantasizing about it and shit. Like, what the hell?
On me.
No, obviously, don't do that, guys. Don't do that. But it gives you the freedom, guys, to really like kind of live life on your own terms, man.
Confidence.
Yeah, man. You need to have that backup. Where are we at?
1 second.
Guys, what like the video, by the way, man. I just gave y'all a bunch of sauce just now. I just explained how you can use inflation to your benefit. They're not going to teach you guys this even in university. They ain't teaching this at Harvard.
We tell you guys about debt, good and bad, and also as well how to jumpstart your credit and how to get these type of inflation like defenses. You can't really lose, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, because everyone is crying inflation. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to keep buying real estate. Because inflation helps me because I'm not putting down the entire amount, guys. Remember, you're using the power of leverage. You're using other people's money to control the asset. That's the whole key. You're doing the bare minimum to get the asset under your control, to get the tax benefits and the cash flow. And then the bank or the institution, whoever you borrow from, goes ahead and gives you the money to procure that. Let me tell you guys another dirty little secret right now before we continue these super chats and end the show. Bank of America will not give you a loan to buy stock in their own goddamn bank, but they will give you a loan to purchase real estate. One more time. Bring that into your brain for a second, guys. This is the true RP when it comes to finance. Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, all these big institutions, they will not give you a loan to buy stock in their own fucking bank, but they will give you a loan to buy real estate. That right there in itself should let you guys know where you're supposed to put your money. I'm not going to knock the real estate, the stock market, guys. I get it. You can make your 5-10% on the S&P 500, whatever, but fuck that shit. That's boring old guy shit. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to be fucking rich when I'm 70 and about to die.
Facts.
I'm trying to have this money fucking now. And the fastest way to make that money and have it appreciate over time is real estate. We're not here to sell nothing to y'all. We're not here to give you guys a course, none of that shit. I'm just telling you guys the fastest way to build wealth, man. Like, the stock market is fantastic. I'm in index funds. I got some Chewy stock. I'm in there too. But the reality is that's a long-term hold, a very long-term hold. Same thing, even with cryptocurrency, too volatile. Okay.
Up and down.
It's up and down. Some of you guys, a lot of you crypto guys, man, y'all assholes are always tight. You don't know what's going on. People jumping off balconies because Ethereum went down to fucking under $1,000. People going nuts with crypto. My thing is, if the market goes up, the market goes down. I don't have enough in crypto where it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna end things because life sucks. You don't want to be in that position, guys. It's way too many guys have way too much of their net worth
diverse
in crypto. You want to diversify over many asset classes, and if there's one asset class that you want to hold a majority of your money in, guys, it's going to be real estate, man. From the stock, from the tax benefit perspective, the cash flow, the ability to do cash out refinance, using HELOCs, using that equity to your advantage.
And if you're worried, guess what? Someone always needs a place to stay, no matter who they are. So
yeah, man. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, again, crypto is fantastic. I'm in it. Me and Fresh are in it. We have a considerable amount, like 6 figures in crypto. But guys, you don't want to put all your money in there. I'm telling you, you're going to lose your hair and you're going to be stressed. All my crypto guys, unless you're Miguel or Charlie, you know what the fuck you're doing. Most of the crypto guys that we know, I mean, you hang out with more of them. They're
popping balls in the club, getting lit, buying cars, buying Lamborghinis. Now they're like, damn, where's all my money?
Yeah, they're shaky now.
Yeah.
So guys, you don't want to be in that position, man. All right, last couple chats here.
Yep.
What are the likes at, man? Like the video, guys, please.
2.7.
2.7.
Young Mikey. Yeah.
Okay. He goes, I'm 19 without my credit, without any credit history. Any advice to get into real estate and getting rich as soon as possible? become a authorized user on someone's account that has a good credit score, and then use that as your regular money, and just get your credit score rocketed up. And then, just like Fresh said, another tactic is with the vehicles.
And make sure you can meet all the requirements for FHA loan. So you go to the bank, hey man, I want to get property eventually.
Yeah.
What are all the requirements? They'll tell you what it is up front. Work towards that, and then when you get the money, you invest where you need to,
and get pre-approved.
Yeah.
That's a big mistake. Don't even bother going to look at houses, guys, until you get pre-approved.
But
some of y'all will go
actually,
out with a real estate agent and waste their time.
Realtors won't even go with you unless you're pre-approved. They're like, you know what? Let me save you time as well. Get pre-approved first, then come back to me.
And a pre-approval, guys, is nothing more than you go to a lender, you give them your financial situation, and then they tell you how much you qualify, how much house you qualify to purchase.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the future of Tesla stock? I bought $50K worth in 2017, and today it's worth almost $1 million. Congratulations to you, my friend.
Bro.
You did a good job.
We don't study the market like that, so I can't tell you what's the best bet, but we do know real estate is solid. So
I mean, Tesla ain't gonna go nowhere. I mean, that's a good stock to buy, but we don't buy individual stocks like that, bro. We really don't. We invest more in index funds. I do have some individual stocks for some ha-has, right, with Chewy and shit, but in general, individual stocks.
But you saw how Elon's tweets could shape the form of like
it's too crazy.
Crypto, Tesla, you never know. So I mean, it's volatile, guys.
Yeah. To the guy buying in Chicago, rent out the rooms to travel nurses. You could do that.
There you go.
Yo, I'm about to get $200K from refinancing my home. Should I buy one home and pay cash to avoid a mortgage with high interest rates? Guys, the interest rates right now are not that bad, bro. Even at like 7-8%, that's not terrible, guys. That's like what it normally is.
If you can afford to buy the home, that shouldn't worry you at all, guys.
Yeah. He said $200K refinance. Should I buy one home and pay cash to avoid a mortgage? No, guys. Avoid paying cash for houses. Do not pay cash for investment property.
You know why? Opportunity cost. That money you spent all on that one property, you could have got 5, maybe to 4 properties.
Yeah. So let's say you got this $200K, right? If you had taken 50K, you would have been able to buy 4 houses.
Yep.
All right. You put 20% down on each of those homes. You would have been able to control 5 properties now. And each of those properties is going to give you tax benefits. Each of those properties is going to go ahead and give you cash flow. Each of those properties is going to go ahead and increase your ability to deduct taxes. Because remember, when you depreciate, guys, you're able to depreciate 27.5 years on the purchase price of the home. If you buy one house for $200,000, well, guess what? You can only get a tax benefit of, can you put 200,000 times 27.5? Or divided by 27.5? 200,000, right? Divided by 27.5. You're only getting a tax benefit of 7,272. However, right, multiply that by 4, right? 50,000 split up over 4 houses over that are worth 200,000.
29.
Right? Now 7,272 times 4. Now you could write off 29,000 worth of taxes. See the difference there? You know? Or
that's huge.
Yeah, or actually no, it would be 40K, right? Because it's 20%.
20%.
So he would be able to actually, if he put 40K down, he could buy 5 houses at 200,000 a piece, right? Is that my math right?
Yeah. And if you're an average worker as well, guys, you're going to save hella money on your taxes personally.
Yep.
For your employer.
Yep. And then at that point, you could put yourself as a real estate professional. Put yourself as a real estate professional. Now you can more aggressively deduct, off of appreciation. And we haven't even talked about cost segregation yet.
Man, y'all worried about getting hoes? Focus on your credit first, bro. Like, that's important, man.
Yeah, bro. Guys, do not buy fucking houses cash, man. That is the dumbest thing you could do. I did that shit last year. Stupid. The only reason I did it is because I didn't have time to do a loan. Always use bank leverage if you can. If the house is cash flowing, why the fuck are you going to put your money into it? All your money. You could have bought 4 or 5 houses for that. And then again, with that scenario, what, $40,000, right? $40,000, right? And each house is worth $200,000. That's $7,272. You multiply that by 5. So let's just round it down to 7,200 times 5. $36,000 in tax you would have been able to write off on your taxes versus only you buy one house cash, you're only able to write off almost $7,200. See how stupid that is? So you want to spread that money out because you're able to deduct on the purchase price of each home over a 27.5 year period if it's residential.
And guys, if you don't know right off rip the rules of the game, you can't play the game. So
yeah, man. So always spread that capital amongst as many houses as you can afford, my friend. Okay, just make sure that each house cash flows and you'll be fine. Legendary Gogeta goes, Marin, I just received a 10K business loan for my LLC. Any advice, or can I use it for buy a duplex and rent it out?
10K?
I mean, 10K, that might not be enough, bro, unless you're like in Mississippi or Alabama or some shit like
Closing costs.
Yeah, 10K is like closing costs. Yeah, it depends on where you're at, bro. Yeah. And then if your LLC is a real estate business, then you should be fine. But I don't know what kind of business loan you got. Just make sure everything is, T's are crossed and I's are dotted.
You got a loan to buy property, 10K. Okay. Yeah.
I recently had collections fall off after 7 years. It's not on my TransUnion anymore, but it recently came up on my Experian. Should I pay it off?
I mean, yeah.
Did he declare bankruptcy is the question.
So the problem is like it may come off of one company, but not all of them. You should probably pay it off, bro. Because I mean, 7 years it should drop off naturally, but like if you can, give them a call and see if they can take it off. But for the most part, if you can, just pay it off, guys. It's just easier that way.
Yeah, it's way better. Where are we at?
Alex?
Oh,
sorry, JB.
Okay, JB, the Airbnb thing is true. I lived in a loft through Airbnb for 6 months, and a neighbor told their HOA I had girls coming through, and I was asked to leave. Yeah, bro. Yeah, and not only that, the guy that owned the Airbnb probably got in trouble too.
You're at the mercy of that person, bro.
Jason Barahona goes, I'm 20, just started working, started trucking 1,700 to 2K with two kids and just split with my baby mama. I'm like the younger version of the guy living in his truck. Okay. Martin, are all your properties under a separate LLC or company, meaning you have a real estate business along with F&F? Yes, I do. I have an umbrella LLC, and then I have each property is its own LLC. I've got a 20K advice on how to roll this into passive income. Invest it into real estate, my friend. TMZ Zim. What do you think about pooling money with family and buying homes cash and renting it out? And after how many homes can we be classified millionaires?
Don't buy cash.
Yeah, bro. Don't buy it cash, man. Al Turkmani. I mean, you live in Australia, which is a first world country. More than likely, you could probably get a loan. Guys, again, try not to buy homes cash if you can avoid it. Use loans. Use leverage. Use the banks. The banks will give you money, man. You put 20-25% down, and they'll give you the other 70 to 80%, 75 to 80%, man. That's what you want. Okay, and then you can go ahead and take that money and buy more homes, which will give you more tax benefits. Let's see here.
If you use an FHA loan, would that be more profit in this case?
No. A lot of the times, no, because the FHA loan, you're putting so little down that you don't have enough equity to actually cash flow, and you're going to have to pay PMI.
Yeah.
So that's why FHA loan is great for your first property when you're trying to house hack and you don't have that much capital. You're trying to get a duplex, triplex, maybe even a single family home. If you can't find a duplex or triplex, it's okay to get that first house. But once you actually have a little bit of capital, you want to start putting 20% down, man.
To go ahead and secure the asset, you can get an FHA loan, but later on you can refinance and then get a conventional loan.
Exactly. Yeah. And get out of it.
Get a PMI.
Yeah. After the first year.
Yeah.
Don't you think there's going to be a market correction? I'll make $400, $500K this year, and my mortgage is $900 a month because I'm waiting for a correction to get a house, bro.
Man.
Okay. Let me tell you guys here that are the doom and gloomers and think the housing market is going to crash. Guys, we're 5.5 million homes short in the United States right now. Okay. There's an influx as far as like the price goes for lumber and building materials. Fresh is dealing with this right now, trying to rehab his house.
Paying probably $15K more just because of the prices of like items now.
Bro, not only do we have a housing shortage, we also have a shortage on materials to build homes, and contractors are not building single family homes and duplex and triplex. You know what they're focusing on? Apartment complexes, commercial, because that's where they're going to make more money. So I anticipate, right? And shout out to Chris Kahn, he talked about this too, that the housing market isn't going to come back to homeostasis as far as single family homes go for another 5 years or so, between 5 to 7 years. Okay, guys. So if you're buying starter family homes at the legendary 3-2 starter family home, we're short of those significantly, guys. Okay. So, and here's the other thing. Like I said before, if you're a landlord, when the interest rates go up, guess what happens? People can't afford homes. When people can't afford homes, what do? They fucking rent. So you don't lose. You really don't lose, man. So these doom and gloomers like the housing market's going to crash like 2008. Number one, that's not going to happen because the thing is with 2008, guys, they were giving people loans just for existing, just for breathing. They gave them loans in 2008. There was a housing market crash because they're giving people fucking loans on $1 million house when they made $20,000 a year.
You get a loan.
Everybody gets a loan, right? And then the banks, right, foreclose on everybody. And then the banks, what they had to do, they had to liquidate because the banks don't want to hold on to the houses. They don't know how to fucking maintain them. So they sell them at, 10, 20%. So the smart people came in and bought all those houses for nothing. And now those houses are worth a lot now. But a housing market crash like that is never going to happen again, guys, because you can't get loans as easy as back in 2006, 2007, 2008. Those days are done. That's why there's private mortgage insurance now. That's why they fucking damn near draw your blood and get your dick size when you go ahead and get a loan nowadays. They ask for $1 million things of paperwork. It's not easy to get a home loan anymore, which is why we stress to you guys, you need to have good credit now. Okay? It's not easy like it was before. So the housing market crash, the variables that created the housing market crash from 2008 are no longer relevant. They're no longer in existence for people to abuse. So the market's not going to crash the way you guys are thinking. We don't have enough homes for it to crash. Do you get taxed based on your return on investment? It depends. That's why you got to be a real estate professional, my friends. $10 from Caroline Productions goes, Myron, do you have any knowledge on the VA home loans? I heard that it can be used multiple times, but no bank has been able to give me a straight answer on this or a regular set of regulations. Yes, you can use the VA home loans on multiple houses. From what I understand, the problem with the VA loans, guys, is that you put no money down. When you put no money down,
you're at high risk.
You're gonna have to basically. You're going to have to your mortgage is going to be high as fuck. You put no money down.
You got to pay a lot.
You're gonna have to your mortgage is going to be high as hell. So it's fantastic, again, to get you into a property, but a lot of times your mortgage is going to be high. So that's why we say, yo, duplex, triplex, fourplex, right? You want to get as many doors as you can so that you can split the rent amongst all your other tenants so that that rent can come down to almost zero, if not maybe even a little bit of cash flow.
Yeah.
I live in Hialeah, gonna close on my first rental property out of state. Do you like out of state rental investments, Myron? Yes, I do. I invest in Connecticut, but if you can go ahead, I know Memphis, Tennessee is fantastic. Utah, where else? Texas, obviously. You can get anything in the Dallas area, Houston, places that are growing, guys. A lot of people are getting the fuck out of California.
Orlando.
Or Orlando is good. Anywhere in Florida, honestly, is good right now. Austin, Texas is going crazy right now. It's slowing down a little bit. Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been talking about Vegas for a very long time. Everyone is getting the fuck out of California, and guess what's 3 hours down the road? Vegas, man. And Vegas is fairly cheap compared to a lot of these other major cities. And on top of that, they're building a new stadium there. There's a lot of new infrastructure going up there. So I foresee Vegas being a pretty big real estate hotspot in the next couple of years. It's growing quickly. A lot of people are getting the hell out of California, guys. California.
As they should.
Al Smith. Place sucks.
Hey, Myron, do you believe no matter what the circumstances are, do you guys always advise to keep your money separate from your girlfriends?
Hell yeah. What the fuck?
1,000%, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That's your money.
Keep it separate from your wife,
money,
too.
Bro.
Separate checkings accounts,
she
man.
shouldn't know shit, bro. The less the better.
Ballin', $20. Canadian goes, I'm 27, making $62K a year after taxes at my job. I started 2 months ago. I had 10K saved, but I lost it all gambling. I'm broke and seem lost and unmotivated. Work 10-hour days, 5 days a week for nothing for 2 months. My credit is 746. Well, you got a good credit score. Here's the thing, bro. You got to lay off the gambling, realize that you're stupid and you made some bad mistakes, but it's fine. You're 27. It's not like you're 57 doing this stupid shit. Yeah. So you can still go ahead and get your money up. Just work more hours, get that money up, save it. No more fucking gambling. And I mean that, like zero gambling. And save that capital.
You might need like a second job, bro. You might need to have because what happens is, bro, like you made a mistake. That's fine. But now you know about that mistake. You can correct it by one, making more money and put it towards good habits. So you can work past it.
Guys, this is why we're so big on.
He's 27.
Yeah.
You got time, bro.
You got time.
Not a lot of time, but you got time.
Guys, gambling, doing drugs, hanging out with fucking losers, all this other shit, it's going to set you back, man. Stay away from this stuff when you're young, guys. Stay away. Because now you probably knocked yourself back 2 to 3 years for no reason.
Damn.
Okay?
And there's somebody that didn't make no mistakes.
Damn.
That studied the market, credit, buying assets. And look at you now, bro. You got to take a step back. But you can also move forward.
You got time on your side, which is good.
Yeah.
Just, bro, quit the gambling, man. One of the quickest killers of wealth is fucking gambling.
Drugs,
bro.
Gambling,
dude. Holy
chasing
shit.
Women.
Crazy bread. In the military, looking to get some assets since the pay is trash. Most of my pay goes to car and apartment. Credit is 800. Might look into the VA loan. I enjoy listening to you guys. Keep killing it. Absolutely, man. All you military guys, take advantage of the VA loan, man. You literally put no money down and able to secure an asset. Crazy. I'll have 30 to 40K built up by March/February. Should I buy a duplex, triplex instead of a house for myself? Don't have a lot of knowledge of real estate, renting out, dealing with tenants. That's $10 from Matt Lambo. Bro, again, Fresh did this. He house hacked. You want to tell him real quick how you did that?
Yeah, man. So if you're a single guy with no kids, no type of like real type of, I want to say, personal things that might hold you back, you can house hack because that means, for example, you get a property, you live in it for a year, right? You save up money. Either you rent out the units, like a multifamily, let's say like a triplex. You live in one, you rent out the other two, and what happens is either it pays for the full mortgage or you pay less money on your mortgage as well. So my thing is, get that loan, get into the property, because once you get one property, it is way easier to get other properties as well.
Yeah, so because you're able to snowball that equity that you built up into that first home, and you can go ahead and maybe either do a cash out refinance, or preferably, more than likely, you're going to be able to save money because you're not paying rent, remember, and you're able to take that money and go buy the next property, and then you put someone in that place that you were in. So if you weren't cash flowing before,
now you're
definitely going to cash flow, and now you're living in a second home. Okay, so there you go.
So it'll pay for itself, basically.
It'll pay for itself, and probably the second home as well if you do it correctly.
The most thing you're going to suffer is the inconvenience of being in there, but once again, it's short-term discomfort for long-term gains.
Bam. Okay, I'll have 30, 40K built up by. Oh no, read that
This
one.
pizza.
And then, do banks give land loans, and can you get tax benefit if you're a regular worker? Bro,
Ooh.
stay away from land, guys. For most of you guys, the thing is with land is you can't depreciate it. So if you buy a $100,000 house, guys, you can only depreciate 80% of that house because 20% is automatically going to be on land. Okay, so land a lot of the time, unless you're like in a bomb ass fucking area and you know what's going to happen, and you got like a developers and stuff that want to buy that land. A lot of the time, land is not. You got to be advanced and know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah,
to buy land.
Buying land just to buy land, bro, is dumb. You need to know,
facts.
have a plan
Stupid.
of action, forecast what's happening, and even then, you might not know what's happening. So it depends. You're an expert in that area.
Yeah, you got to know what you're doing if you're going to buy land because you can't depreciate it. So you're not even going to you're not going to enjoy tax benefits from it like that, and you're not going to be cash flowing a lot of the times. Unless like someone builds a farm on your show, whatever. In that case, then you're fine. But a lot of y'all are going to buy land in a rural ass area and be like, oh, okay, I own the land. Okay,
So Trump is smart. He recently buried his girlfriend or ex-wife on his property. So now, for tax purposes, his property is going to be amazing because it's considered a cemetery for having one dead body on your property. So his land just made him a whole lot more money.
Yo,
less in taxes.
This guy, bro. Yo, this
Trump
is
smart.
This is why everybody hates Trump, bro, because he does shit like that, man. And it's all legal.
Yeah,
it's all legal. I'll never forget when he was campaigning. Hillary was like, he doesn't pay taxes, and he was like, yeah, that's because I'm smart.
Smart.
That's what the wealthy do, guys. They don't pay taxes legally, versus all the criminals evade taxes and go to jail illegally.
Yeah.
I stopped paying a motorcycle for about 6 years ago. Still have the bike somewhere. How should I fix this,
bro?
This nigga,
So
bro.
I got a personal bike loan real quick, and look, guys, I'll tell you this: it was dumb as hell for me to do that.
Stupid.
Now for you, bro, you need to pay it off. Just pay it off, bro. I know you say you got somewhere that you didn't make payments on it. It's fine. Just pay it off, bro. You got to pay them back.
His credit is in the shitter somewhere.
100%, bro.
He's got to be in the 400-500s
Also,
easily.
have like young dumb mistakes that they made. For example, traveling, your credit card not paying it back, getting drunk, spending up a tab, buying designer clothes when you can't afford it. It's like, bro, those are mistakes, but you got to correct them. You have to.
You got to correct them, bro, because it's going to come back and punish you later when you want to do stuff like this and actually build real wealth, man.
Yep.
All right, cool. Where we at?
I think
The last chat right here.
Guys,
Okay.
like the freaking video,
Yeah,
man.
like the video. We gave y'all so much sauce. I'm over here talking at 1,000,000 miles per hour so I can get all this information out because we got a second show planned for you guys. And we got the ladies who are here. They're all here, right, Chris?
Yep.
Okay. LP Berserker, $20 goes for the VA loan. Best thing to do is use it for your personal house, but buy it at a good price. For example, I got a house for $170,000. It's worth $250K. Selling using my VA and using the money made for a rental property. That's
Nice.
one way. That's a strategy that you can do
You bought
for
it
sure.
under market value.
Mel Parker goes, hey, Myron, I'm positioning myself to live outside of the U.S. Do you have any game on international real estate game of investing, especially for places like the UAE?
I know George Gammon doesn't.
Yeah, George Gammon's in
guys.
Colombia. I don't know about the UAE. I know the UAE you enjoy pretty much no taxes, which is a big reason why a lot of people flock over there. We know the Tates and all them, have business in the UAE. But I don't know anything about real estate investing in the UAE.
Me either.
Yeah, I don't. And a lot of times, guys, I'm not going to lie, when you're a foreign national, you try to invest in real estate in a foreign country, they're going to make you jump through hurdles and hoops to purchase that real estate. You know what I mean? Because you're a foreign national. They look at it like you're kind of attacking, the wealth structure of the citizens that potentially might be living there. So they're always going to, it's hard for foreigners to invest here in the United States. So I know for a fact they're going to reciprocate in other countries. Cool. So other than that, guys, like the video. This was a lot of sausage we gave y'all, man, in 90 minutes.
Avoid bad debt.
Bad debt.
Get good debt like real estate.
But go after good debt, guys, where you're basically leveraging the banks to give you money to purchase an asset that makes you money, gives you tax deductions. And other than that, man, this is how you build wealth, guys. We love y'all. I'll catch you guys right back with some lovely ladies here in about what time, Chris?
10:45.
10:45. Cool.
Peace.
All right, then, man.